Hi guys, how you doing? We gotta talk about Bitcoin, guys. We gotta talk about Bitcoin. What's happening right now? The breakout towards upside over here. See over here, there's a line. We are breaking towards upside. This is double bottom up here, going towards upside. There was a lot of fear going down over here towards downside, but we gotta talk about it. It's been a while, so we gotta talk about that. It is very, very bullish. I'm gonna explain to you why. First thing we're gonna do is invert the chart, go to the daily time frame over here. We're gonna pop some moving averages on the chart. Let me show you up here. And you know, for you guys been following the channel, you know what I always say. When price actually breaks towards upside, like over here, you break above the moving average. There is a lot of moving averages over here. When you break above the moving averages, you should pump. In any kind of bullish scenario, you should pump. Technically, this is a bearish scenario, but you know, you should, you should dump. You break below the moving averages, you should dump, right? But inversely, you know, you should pump. And I always say, if you don't do that, if you do not pump when you are supposed to pump, that's actually very bearish. In this case, you know, you're supposed to dump, but you're not dumping, and that's very, very bullish. So you'll see over here on the daily time frame, we had, you know, 3 days dodges over here. We had a big dump over here towards downside yesterday. I think Ethereum was down something like 8%, which was very, very bearish. Everybody was like, you know, I think it went down to 2.9. I'm not quite sure, but I think it went down to 2.9. How low did Ethereum come? Yeah, 2.9. 2.9 towards downside. Right now it's pumping towards upside. It looks very bullish. It is, you know, very optimistic up here towards upside, especially since it's breaking the resistance over here. So this double bottom up here looks legit. It's not quite done yet. We still got, you know, 1 hour 42 minutes for this to break towards upside and, you know, get some kind of levels. And you see over here hitting the 50 moving average. So it's not quite just there yet, but we do know that, you know, Monday, yesterday, we had a full moon, guys. We had a full moon, and a lot of people knew about it. So, you know, I'm telling you right now. And we are pumping from the full moon over here right now. So we are pumping from the full moon. We still have a little bit while to go. But the fact that over here that we did not dump towards downside over here, the fact that we have been, you know, zigzagging sideways over here just below the moving averages for a very, very long while without any kind of dump over here. Technically, this was a dump, but, you know, it retraced up here really fast. This actually looks very, very bullish to me. Now, I'm still going to wait, you know, a couple of more hours to see whether we manage to break these levels over here towards the upside up here, because this up here is going to confirm the double bottom and move towards the upside. So it does look very, very bullish. If you look at Bitcoin dominance over here, I get a little bit, you know, nice lines over here on Bitcoin dominance. This on the monthly time frame. This on the monthly time frame, and we still haven't on the monthly time frame broken towards downside over here yet. But there is, you know, depending on how you draw the lines and stuff like that, right? Over here, if you draw something like this, we technically did already break at least this last part. We did break down over here, and the momentum is right now zigzagging up here sideways before we break towards downside. Can we go towards upside? I mean, technically we can. Like if you go to the monthly time frame over here and look at it, over here there's a resistance levels at you know, 70%. 70%. You know, could we go do another one of these big moves up here before we dump down? It could happen. That means that Bitcoin might, and you'll see over here, let me add the Bitcoin on the chart. Bitcoin USDT, whatever. Over here, let me add over here. What you're gonna see up here, just before it started, you know, doing this big rally towards upside, I'm gonna remove a couple of moving averages over here so you can see this nicer. Just before Bitcoin did this big move up here towards the upside over here, it didn't come all the way towards the top. It came halfway through that over here, right over here. It came halfway through that. But there was a big, huge move towards upside from around, like just right from over here. 50, 60%, all the way to 70%. It exploded towards the upside. Now, this is not bearish in any kind of sense of the word. So even if Bitcoin goes from here right now to 90K to 100, 110, what's right now at 96? So it goes to 100, 110, 120, 130. It really is not bearish because, you know, the dominance might explode towards upside, but altcoins are still gonna, you know, pump like crazy regardless. It's not like Bitcoin dominance goes up and altcoins goes down. No, altcoins just don't go up as much as Bitcoin. They're gonna go slowly up, and, you know, halfway through that move towards upside over here, once it gets towards upside, and Bitcoin over here gets, you know, well, let me do like this. Once Bitcoin gets through half of that move, you know, we'll see that altcoins are just gonna start exploding because, you know, a lot of bullishness creates, and then we might see this move towards upside. So right now it does kind of feel, if you're gonna look at this chart over here, it does kind of feel that, you know, there is a good chance we gotta go up to 70% Bitcoin dominance before we actually crash towards the downside. Nothing is set in stone, of course, but I'm always trying to look at these bigger time frames, right? And this monthly time frame stuff that I saw, it looks like we got a couple of months, you know, right now move towards upside up here. If it goes towards upside before we crash. If this is gonna play out like the last time, we never know. We never know. You know, other probability is that this only just crashed towards downside right now. And I'm still looking at that as well, because this latest move did already break towards downside up here. It is going kind of, you know, zigzag up here in some kind of, you know, rising wedge before it actually breaks towards upside, if you want to do that. But it can also break up here, you know, go towards upside. There's a lot of ways how this can actually play out. But overall, we don't really care. Regardless of whether Bitcoin goes towards upside right now or towards downside, on Bitcoin dominance, it really doesn't matter, because altcoins will pump. If that, you know, either of these cases happen. If it goes down, altcoins pump. If it goes up, altcoins don't pump immediately, but you know, they come and pump later. People have been hugely bearish over here, and I've been looking at, where is it? Over here. Fear and greed index. Unfortunately, we are still at greed. And we've been in greed for a long time, right? Last week it was extreme greed, and I still don't get it how we can be a greed, because yesterday it felt like fear. I mean, I'm totally emotionless right now. No fear whatsoever. I'm just looking at the charts, looking people posting FUD. As soon as stuff goes down, people are posting FUD. As soon as stuff goes up, people are posting like the most bullish scenario ever. But I was expecting more fear. I tell you true, I was expecting more fear. I can right now see over here that we are bouncing off the support level down here, horizontal support level right now towards the upside. There's a couple of ways how you can draw these channels over here. We also got this channel up here that might take a while before it actually breaks towards upside. So you can see up here, nothing is set in stone just yet. Bitcoin is doing fine. It's up 2.4%. The most bullish part of the chart right now is that we are creating this double bottom over here on the chart. We are creating this double bottom over here on the chart, and we are breaking that double bottom towards upside, which is actually very bullish. Again, still, you know, 1 hour and 36 minutes left to go, but it does look nice. It does look nice. In other news, this looks like a consolidation part over here. Consolidation part over here on the total tree, altcoins. So it looks like altcoins might consolidate even more over here. But it doesn't look like any kind of topping out pattern. That's the most important part. ETH BTC looks like it's gonna break out, guys. I gotta tell you this right now. I've been looking at ETH BTC, and yesterday when it was going down here to these bottoms, I was like, oh man, this must be the bottom for the Ethereum BTC. Let me show you over here. Every time it goes down, except this time over here, but when it goes down, it creates some kind of bottom and it goes up, right? Goes down, creates some kind of bottom and goes up. Goes down, it's expanding musical instrument over here, still falling, but over here it looks like it's forming the same kind of box, and right now it's bottom of that box, and it looks like it's gonna go towards upside. So my theory right now is that we are pretty close to some kind of breakout on Bitcoin, a big breakout on Bitcoin, where Bitcoin right now over here, right now, you know, it's been consolidating for a while, where it starts breaking up here. It is only above 100, what was that, 105, 104 that we get these big moves, because every single time when we break these, you know, very important levels over here at 72, 73 level, that's when we get these big moves, right? Over here there was a level at 44k, that's when you get the big move, right? Over here there was a level at 31k, that's when you get the big move, right? So the same thing is gonna happen over here, right? We are looking at this 103, 104, 105k level. It's only once we break that we get these big moves. So this can still be a little bit choppy over here to sideways, but it does look good, right? Especially right now that we had the, you know, Monday the 13th January, the full moon. I don't know how many guys, you know, believe in the full moon and stuff like that, but it does look very nice and juicy. Now there are other stuff over here. You see over here on the daily time frame, we hit the 46 levels over here on the RSI, right now bouncing above that. We got the momentum also rising towards upside, which is actually very good. So on the daily time frame, this looks legitimately nice. Now on the weekly time frame, we pull back all the way down to 60 levels, which is actually very nice. 50 levels would mean that we're gonna pull back over here more towards downside. It doesn't look like that right now. It looks like we are holding this level up here around, and this was, you know, very much fear once we started breaking down over here. People are thinking that we, you know, the RSI is gonna go all the way down to 30 levels. That didn't happen. Right now we're looking at this support level over here at 60 on the RSI, and we are looking for a bounce over here on the 60. This over here might get a lot of people bearish because this looks like it's gonna break down towards downside. But oftentimes you get, I'm gonna show you, you get these kind of moves, right? Once, you know, very close to the part where you actually think that this is gonna cross towards downside, it doesn't, and it goes towards upside. So I'm expecting same kind of thing to happen over here, to do some like this over here, you know, and pull towards upside. It might actually break a little bit towards downside, but overall I'm expecting this to expand towards upside. My extension indicator up here, the weekly extensions indicator up here, you'll see up here when we're at the top, the very top up here towards upside, we are quite extended towards upside. Quite extended upside. Same over here, we're quite extended towards upside, and we pull back inside this range over here. Right, we pull back inside the range, we consolidate, and then we expanded, right? And then we expand over here, and right now we are pulling back inside this range. So can this last for a little bit more while? It technically can, but I'm very much bullish. And I'm looking at the chart, and I'm looking at all the FUD around, and I cannot be bearish. You know, yes, altcoins are down so bad, guys. I know. I feel your pain. Altcoins are so bad, right? But to tell you the truth, like, you know, like this is near. It's not down that much. I mean, it's not back down over here. Some altcoins are back down over there. I can tell you that right now. You can see up here. They are back down to these levels. And the way I see it, there is no way we can have a bear market right now. And the reason for that is because altcoins are so low. So the more altcoins goes down, the more bullish I get. And when they start getting to these levels down here at support levels, you gotta be bullish. Because you cannot have a, you know, 4-year bear market again. Because look at this over here. This has lasted since, you know, May 2022. It's been lasting right now for 138 bars, 50, almost 3 years. 3 years of the bear market, right? 3 years of the bear market. And no big breakout out of the zone. No big breakout out of the zone just yet, right? And if we get another 3-year bear market right now, because Bitcoin is, you know, game over, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't see more downside. Like, it created the bottom. It's just waiting right now. And just waiting to explode. This is just KDA or NEAR or whatever. Like, all altcoins are down big time. Not all altcoins. Some altcoins are just pulling back, like over here towards downside. They're not even close down to the bottoms. I mean, there are definitely good altcoins, bad altcoins and stuff like that. But very, very bullish, guys. Very, very bullish. And it just takes a while. It just takes a while. But the fact that this is breaking towards upside, it's good. I don't know what more to talk about. But I thought I should make a quick video. Didn't want to do live stream because, you know, reasons. And it looks nice. It looks nice. What we have to do over here right now is, I think we gotta break this towards upside eventually. That's gonna be a big one. Also, the resistance level up here at the top. So we gotta break these levels over here, give or take. Up here, that's around between 103, 104, 5, 6, whatever that is, right? We gotta break this towards the upside. That's when the big moves comes. So this can still be very, very choppy. We can still get another move down over here, you know, some kind of spring again. But this looks to me like a spring. I don't know to you, but to me this looks like a spring. And though, you know, it's good enough spring for me. It can go towards upside. It can still pull back. We can get another spring up here, but you know. Generally, I'm very much bullish still. We got another, you know, whole year left. It's only mid-January right now. So things can take time, but when it starts going, it's gonna go fast. And the reason it's gonna go fast is because, like we just said, let me take bad coins over here. Like we just said, the reason it's gonna go fast is because we had 3 years of bear market where most altcoins didn't, I mean, they had like, you know, 3 to 5 to 6x towards, you know, pumps to up here. This is a 4x, 5x, you know, move towards upside. But they didn't have like 10 or 20x's moves towards upside, explosions towards upside. And it's gonna go fast. Once it goes, it's gonna go very, very fast. So when it starts happening, most people are gonna miss it because number one, they're not buying the bottoms. Number two, because they're waiting for confirmations, and confirmations comes at the top. When, okay, now it's confirmed that it's outside of whatever resistance level. But it's gonna go fast. So we got a 3-year consolidation phase, and that is gonna be like, you know, 2, 3, 4 months of pump, and it's pretty much over. when it happens. So I'm looking at coins like these over here when we got, you know, these very nice multi-year boxes on the downside. Once these boxes starts getting broken towards the upside, that's pretty much done. But you know, it can take a while. Bitcoin is doing well. Everything is nice and dandy. Don't fall for the FUD. You know, stuff happens. You know, Trump is gonna have some kind of ball of crypto or something like that. I don't know what that's all about. I don't follow that much what's happening in that kind of space. Besides that, have a nice day. I'll see you around. Where is my outro?